I'm attorney Anthony Pantuso, and I'd like to talk to you today about your rights as an employee during the coronavirus pandemic. Under the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which goes into effect on April 2nd, 2020, employees are entitled to 2 weeks of paid leave when unable to work or telework for one of the following reasons. You are subject to a government quarantine or isolation order. You have been advised by a healthcare provider to self-quarantine, or you have symptoms of COVID-19 and are seeking a medical diagnosis. This sick leave is paid at your regular rate of pay, capped at $511 per day and $5,110 total. You are also entitled to 2 weeks of paid sick leave at 2/3 your regular rate of pay, capped at $200 per day and $2,000 total, for one of the following reasons. You are caring for someone who is subject to a government quarantine or isolation order, or who has been advised by a healthcare provider to self-quarantine. You need to care for a child whose school or place of care has closed, or whose child care provider is unavailable due to coronavirus, or you are experiencing any other substantially similar condition specified by the Secretary of Health and Human Services. There are no certification requirements for this paid sick leave. Your employer cannot require you to find coverage for the lost hours, and you cannot be retaliated against for taking this leave. The Act also expands your rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act. For companies with fewer than 500 employees, if you have worked for more than 30 days, you are entitled to 12 weeks of FMLA leave if you are unable to work or telework because you need to care for a minor child because that child's school or place of care has closed, or because the child care provider is unavailable due to an emergency with respect to COVID-19 declared by a federal, state, or local authority. The first 2 weeks of leave are unpaid. The remaining 10 weeks are paid at 2/3 of your regular rate of pay, capped at $200 per day and $10,000 total. Now, there are some important limitations. First, the expanded FMLA leave only applies to companies with fewer than 500 employees. Second, companies with fewer than 50 employees can seek an exemption from the paid leave requirement. Third, this is not retroactive. It doesn't cover any leave before April 2nd, 2020. And finally, employers can elect to exclude healthcare providers and first responders from this pandemic emergency leave altogether. If you have any questions, please call the law offices of Anthony J. Pantuso III at 203-726-0284 and stay safe.